700 years after the Buddha entered Nirvana, in the country of Khitan in northern India, a ferocious dragon king named Eloi Na appeared, often blowing strong winds and waves to harm the people, causing disasters. The disaster shook heaven and earth. At that time, 2,000 arhats made up their mind to use all their divine power to expel the dragon king Eloi Na from the realm. 1,000 arhats used their highest divine power to make the earth tremble, 500 emitted extremely intense rays of light, the remaining 500 entered meditation, using powerful meditation power. These people cooperated with such great power, but did not make the dragon king leave. While everyone was suffering, the venerable man arranged time with the king. He approached the edge of the lake, snapped his fingers 3 times, pointed at the dragon king and shouted, "Fatal dragon! I order you to go away immediately. You are not allowed to stay in this place." Dragon King Eloi Na heard that, did not dare to delay, and immediately flew away. The 2,000 arhats could not understand why such a strange event happened, how it was possible to chase the dragon away so easily and simply. A few arhats came to ask Venerable Kaidada, "We have also attained a state like yours, with the same end of afflictions, with the same liberation from birth and death, there is no difference. We are all equal, but why do we join forces together, using our utmost abilities?" Without making the dragon move, how could the Venerable just snap his fingers 3 times and make it obediently leave this land like that? The Venerable replied, "Since I was an ordinary person, I have always strictly maintained the precepts, never dared to create any negative karma with my body, speech, and mind, using an equanimity of no difference in my mind to practice all dharmas. You don't move the dragon because your accumulated merit is not the same as mine." Having conquered the dragon king Eloi Na, Venerable Kaidada led his group of disciples to continue their journey to the north. The road is long and winding, sometimes running across vast plains, sometimes going around rolling mountain slopes. On both sides of the road are towering tree tops, welcoming the south wind to stir the branches and leaves. The Venerable was walking alone under the shade of a tree, suddenly stopped, looked up at the branch where a black crow was perched. The Venerable looked closely at it, then smiled slightly and nodded. The disciples followed a few steps behind. Seeing this, they were surprised and asked him, "Venerable Sir, why do you smile at the black crow?" The Venerable replied, "I will speak at the right time." The group continued to move forward, arriving at a stone citadel. Just passing through the city gate, the Venerable suddenly changed his face, revealing an extremely sad look. Everyone was worried but no one dared to ask. It was lunch time, they went into the city to beg for alms. After eating, they left the city and reached the city gate. The Venerable's face changed again, as sad as when he first entered the city gate. The disciples couldn't wait any longer, they knelt down and urgently asked, "Venerable Sir, please clarify our doubts, why did you smile at the black crow, and why did you change your face twice in this place?" The Venerable sighed, showing sadness and replied, 91 lives ago, when Buddha Bhikkhu entered Nirvana, I was born as the son of a wealthy man. When I expressed my wish to become a monk and study Buddhism, my elderly parents stopped me. "Wait a minute, you must know that in a person's life, not having children is the greatest crime of filial piety. Now that you're gone, who will continue our family line? Please get married first and talk later." I was busy with family matters for a while. After getting married, I brought up the matter of becoming a monk to my parents, but they said, "If you give birth to a child, I will no longer stop you." Not long after, I gave birth to a son. When the baby started talking, I couldn't wait any longer and asked my parents, "Now can you let me achieve my wish to become a monk?" My parents couldn't think of any reason to stop me, so they secretly incited my child to cry and beg as follows, "Dad, you can't go, otherwise take me and my mother with you, you can't leave me." "I can." "Oh." As a father, hearing my child cry and beg like that, my will to become a monk was shaken. I felt attached to my flesh and blood, so I comforted my child and said lovingly, "I won't go anywhere. Dad, I will stay with you forever." This fate has caused us to continue wandering in the path of life and death. Today I use my supernatural powers to look back at our relatives in the past and see that when we were alive, we loved each other and loved each other, but once we died, we all went our separate ways, and it was very difficult to see each other again, even though we were still the same. Each other wandering in the 6 paths. The black crow just now on top of the tree was my son in my past life. I didn't expect him to be like this. It seems that there is still fate, so more than 10 lifetimes have passed and we still meet each other. The Venerable stopped talking at this point, seemingly extremely moved. And what happened outside the citadel? A disciple interjected and asked. I changed my face outside the city gate because I saw a hungry ghost child with a weak body. Asking for help, please go into the city and tell your mother that you are outside the city, waiting for her to go every day. Looking for food, I've been waiting for 70 years and still haven't returned that I'm so hungry and thirsty I can't stand it anymore. I went into the city to convey the child's message to the hungry ghost mother. The mother ghost cried and said, Venerable sir, I also know that. I have been in the city for 70 years, I have never stopped thinking about it, but I have no choice. When I was alive, I didn't know how to make good relationships with others, and I didn't cultivate any blessings, so now it's very difficult to ask for food. Although the child can only find impure food such as blood, pus, tears, saliva, feces and urine, because the baby is still weak after being born, every time it finds something, the demon will be stronger than it. Robbed. This time, it was very difficult for me to find food. I hid it and sneaked it all the way to the city gate, but was stopped by the demon soldiers guarding the gate and not letting me out. Venerable, please have mercy on us. Mother and child, help us meet again and share these impure dishes. I took the mother ghost outside the city. Seeing the mother and child happily and sadly sharing food, my heart was very sad and I couldn't control myself, so I asked, How long have you been here? The mother ghost replied, I don't know how long I've been here, I only know that the citadel in front of me has been built and then fallen, and then built again a total of 7 times. Oh! I sighed. Times of happiness are always short, while times of suffering are extremely long. I didn't expect the lifespan of a hungry ghost to be so long. After the Venerable finished speaking, the disciples standing and listening were all horrified. Everyone was not cold but trembling. Anyone can do something that leads to such terrible consequences. If you don't diligently practice, if you don't use Buddha Dharma as your trajectory, just one mistake will be a lifetime of suffering and hatred. At this point, the group of people headed forward again, their steps were extremely steady. Everyone felt excited and full of spirit, they decided to aim for the light path ahead.
Thank you for spending your valuable time on my channel journey to enlightenment. Wishing you a very peaceful and happy day. Don't forget to click like and subscribe to my support channel. See you in the next video.